So, I am making a new video. It's been a while. Too long. I decided today that I would reorganize my Arrow stuff. So, I decided that I would just make a video of like my Arrow collection since I'm reorganizing it anyway. Unfortunately, I was going to do it in one long video. And 50 minutes in, my iPhone ran out of storage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it up into parts, which is probably what I should have done to begin with, but whatever, you live and you learn. So first part is going to be box sets, second part is going to be chunky single movies, and third part is going to be like single, like regular standard Blu-rays. Basically, for those of you that don't know, Arrow releases kind of like three main like types of releases, I suppose. So you'll get something like a box set, which is like a bunch of movies, obviously. Then you'll get a single movie in like a really nice case, and then you'll get like just a standard Blu-ray. So, with that being said, here are the box sets that I have. So, I have V Cinema Essentials, Bullets and Betrayal. So this is like 9 movies, basically in Japan in like the late 80s, early 90s. They started making a lot of direct-to-video like action movies and stuff to kind of cash in on the like video rental craze. And so this set is 9 of those. I've only watched the first one so far, but it was a lot of fun, and it was like an hour long. But I think the other ones in this set are feature length. But yeah, really fun. You get Crime Hunter, Bullets of Rage, Neo Chinpira, Zoom Goes the Bullet, Stranger, Carlos, Burning Dog, Female Prisoner, Scorpion, Death Threat, The Hitman, Blood Smells Like Roses, Danger Point, The Road to Hell, and XX, Beautiful Hunter. And usually with these box sets, especially if it's like a lot of movies, not only do you get a book, which will have like pictures and essays and all kinds of cool stuff in it, but usually you'll get like a movie. So this will be like 2 movies on one disc, but then the art will be reversible. So like, for instance, Crime Hunter, if you reverse the art, you get the art for Zoom Goes the Bullet. So that's how they tend to do it. Usually you also get posters. This didn't come with any posters, but it came with a nice book full of essays and information about the films. So, pretty nifty. Ugh. All right, next up, we have J Horror Rising, which is a group, like, it's, what was it? 7 Japanese horror movies. So like, yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff in here. You get a poster, a book. So it's like a double-sided poster. You get a book with a bunch of, you know, pictures and essays as per usual. And then the actual contents are, let's see, Shinkoku, Isola, Multiple Personality Girl, Inugami, St. John's Wort, Carved, The Slit-Mouth Woman, Persona, and Noroi the Curse. So I haven't actually watched all these. I've only seen Carved and Noroi. But I feel like a lot of people bought this set just to have a legit copy of Noroi, which is like a fun found footage J-horror movie. So yeah, you get book, poster, all that fun stuff. Kind of a pain to get some of this stuff back in. All right. Then next up, we have Arrow Video Enter the Video Store, Empire of Screams. So this is a really fun set. This is all stuff from Charles Band's company, Empire Pictures, um, which was like what he had, like the company he ran before he started Full Moon. So these are like low budget, fun, like horror action movies, like sci-fi stuff. So it's got Robot Jocks, which rules. This movie's amazing. It's like stop motion mechs that are fighting each other. Rad. Great film. Probably my favorite movie in the set. It's got Arena, which is like a human in a gladiatorial fights against monsters in the future, which is very fun. It's got Cellar Dweller, which I actually haven't watched yet, but I mean, pretty sweet art. It's got Dogs, which is a really fun killer doll movie. Yeah, it's super fun. I like this more than a lot of killer doll movies. I mean, I like it more than the Puppet Master movies and like some of the Child's Play and what's the other big one? Dolly Dearest. I like it more than Dolly Dearest as well, but that's a fun one too. And then it's got the Dungeon Master, and I think it's got 2 cuts of this movie too. 3 different versions: the theatrical cut, the pre-release version, and the international version. So you get a lot of Dungeon Master. I know a lot of these were available in like single releases or double packs from like Scream Factory. In fact, I own Dogs and the Dungeon Master from Scream Factory. That was a wild sound. And they teased that they're doing a volume 2. So I don't know if that's going to be more Empire stuff or it's going to be like other, straight to video movies, but definitely looking forward to it. I don't know. I feel like Arrow is probably my favorite of the boutique labels. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't have to do as much research with Arrow stuff, if that makes sense. Like with Criterion's, I feel like I have to really dig in to like see what the movie's about, see if I would kind of dig it, whatever. And with Arrow, I feel like for the most part, like since I dig this kind of stuff, whether it's like, Japanese action or, horror or whatever, like, or martial arts, lots of martial arts. I feel like I can blind buy Arrow stuff and trust it more. Like, I feel like, I still do some research, obviously, but like, I feel like it's a lot easier to blind buy Arrow stuff without worrying that you're wasting money. Or you're going to get something that's just like not what you're into at all. Next up, I have the Conan Chronicles. So these are the 2 Arnold Schwarzenegger Conan movies. So Barbarian and Destroyer. I mean, yeah, you get Conan the Barbarian. You get Conan the Destroyer. And then 2 posters. So one for each movie. And then a really thick book with a bunch of cool stuff about the movies. So, I don't know. I just love the presentation that Arrow does for this stuff. And I feel like their restorations of film are always like top notch. Like, I don't know. I feel like I've yet to watch an Arrow movie where like afterwards I've been like, looked like garbage. Like they always look really good, and you can just tell that like a lot of care goes into the things they put out. Kind of like Vinegar Syndrome, although I feel like out of all the boutique labels, Vinegar Syndrome is the one where I have to put the most research in to make sure that I'm going to buy something that isn't horrible. And even when I do put in the research, sometimes I buy something and I watch it and I'm like, wow, that was horrible. So, next up, this is probably my favorite box set. This is the Hellraiser set. This is Hellraiser 1 through 4. Um, I mean, like, just the whole presentation of this set is incredible. Like, it's just so cool. So yeah, you get Hellraiser 1, Hellbound, Hellraiser 2, Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth, and Hellraiser Bloodlines. And you also get the it's like the producer's cut or something. I don't remember exactly what they call it, of Bloodlines. And I think that's the only way to get that particular movie, or cut of the movie, I should say. And I think that it does make Bloodlines better, although the quality is not great because they weren't able to get like a 4K of it or whatever, or like, you know, the original negative to like restore it. But definitely worth watching. Also, my copy, I've met Doug Bradley, who played Pinhead, and Ashley Lawrence, who played Kirsty, and I had them sign it. So, super cool. Then, along with the movies, you also get just a really rad hardcover book that has, you know, tons of photos and information about the franchise. So if you're a Hellraiser fan, this is a no-brainer. This is the UK version because I bought it as soon as it was announced. They have since released this in the US. You could also get a version where instead of Pinhead on the front, it was Chatterer. So as you like open it up, it was like Chatterer's like skull and muscle and all that you're checking out, which is super cool. Next up, got another UK only set. So this is Love, Death, and Apocalypse, for 3 films by Alex de la Iglesia. So this is 3 movies. It's Action Mutante, The Day of the Beast, and Perdita Durango. I've seen 2 of these. I have not watched Day of the Beast yet. Action Mutante is really fun. It's like a weird sci-fi movie where basically like a group of freaks kidnap like a beautiful woman and take her hostage to get back at society, who is ruled by, you know, quote unquote beautiful people. So yeah, super fun. Day of the Beast, I haven't watched this. This is about a priest that teams up with like a metalhead and somebody else to stop the apocalypse. Sounds wild. I really do want to check it out though. And then Perdita Durango, and this has Javier Bardem and Rosie Perez and James Gandolfini, and it's like loosely based on an actual serial killer. Basically it's like kind of like Natural Born Killers. It's like Javier Bardem and Rosie Perez fall in love and go across the US and Mexico, killing and kidnapping people and stuff. And then, as per usual, you get a cool book. So, yeah, definitely worth checking out. I don't know, I really liked Action Mutante. It was also executive produced by Pedro Almodovar, who has made some very cool movies. And if you watch his stuff and this, kind of makes sense. There's like a shared vibe. So, yeah. Then we got the Ringu collection. So, this is... Oh my goodness. Why won't you come out? There we go. So, Ringu. And then Ringu 2. And then Ringu 0. And I like that Sadako gets closer to you as the set goes on. And you also get a movie called Spiral, which was like the original... I think it's the original sequel to Ringu. Something like that. So you actually get 4 movies in this set, which is cool. And obviously they remade Ringu in America as The Ring, which was a pretty solid remake, actually. Yeah, really solid. So, yeah, then we got yokai monsters. So these are this is a 4-movie set, and it's like all monsters that are featured in Japanese folklore. Uh, so like, let's see, you get 100 monsters, spook warfare, and along with ghosts and the Great Yokai War. And so these are all from like the 60s, 70s, like the first 3. And then the Great Yokai War is like a remake that Takashi Miike directed from, I believe, the 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. So they're like, yeah, just fun monster flicks, lots of goofy monsters and stuff in them. So I dig it. Then there is Daimajin Trilogy. So this is basically a giant statue that comes to life and runs amok in feudal Japan, which is super cool. So there's Daimajin, Return of Daimajin, and Wrath of Daimajin. So, really neat. The effects are cool. I mean, the setting is neat. Like, I don't know. I feel like Daimajin is not as talked about as Godzilla, obviously. So, yeah, it's cool just getting other kaiju movies, right? This is a new pickup for me, Vengeance Trails. I haven't watched any of these yet. These are like spaghetti westerns. And in this set, you get Massacre Time, which was directed by Lucio Fulci, which is interesting to me because he also did a bunch of Italian horror. My Name is Pecos, or Pecos, Banditos, and God Said to Cain, which has Klaus Kinski in it, which is intriguing. I mean, that dude seems like a garbage person, but it is intriguing nonetheless. And I like westerns, and yeah. So this is Graveyards of Honor. This is just a 2-movie set. They're like Yakuza crime movies, but what's neat is this comes with like the original Graveyard of Honor, and then in 2002, Takashi Miike remade it. So you get the original and the remake in one set, which is pretty cool. I don't know, just a neat idea. I have not watched it yet, but I will get around to it. All right. Next up, we have Gamera, the Showa era. So this is the first 8 Gamera movies. Gamera is like Godzilla. He's just like a big turtle that fights monsters. And so in this set, you get Gamera, the giant monster, Gamera versus Barugon, Gamera versus Gaios, Gamera versus Virus, Gamera versus Giron, Gamera versus Jiger, Gamera versus Zigra, and Gamera Super Monster. So, yeah, lots of fun giant monsters in here. So the Showa era is basically like 50s through the 70s, in terms of like when the movies were made. And then I have Gamera, the Heisei era, so that would be 80s, 90s, up to early 2000s, I believe, or late 90s, something like that. This is only 4 movies, so this is Gamera, Guardian of the Universe, Gamera 2, Attack of Legion, Gamera 3, Revenge of Iris, and Gamera, the Brave. So, pretty cool. If you are a fan of giant monsters, check them out. Usually you can get these sets for pretty cheap, too. Like, yeah, they're not wildly expensive. There was like a limited edition one that was wildly expensive. And if you get both of them, it makes a fun picture. You get like the you know, Heisei and Showa era. So, I don't know. I like that. That's a fun detail. Alright. Next up, I have Solid Metal Nightmares, the films of Shinya Tsukamoto. So this is quite a few movies, and honestly, I've only seen one of them. So this guy directed Tetsuo the Iron Man, Tetsuo 2 Body Hammer, The Adventure of Denshu Kozu, Tokyo Fist, Bullet Ballet, A Snake of June, Vital, Haze, Kotako, and The Killing, or Killing. So I've seen Tetsuo the Iron Man. I haven't seen anything else, but I really enjoyed Tetsuo, and so I imagine that I will probably dig the other things in this set. Then got the Samurai Revolution trilogy. These are 60s samurai movies. So this set is 11 Samurai, The Great Killing, and 13 Assassins. And so 13 Assassins was remade by Takashi Miike. But these are like the originals, or the original, and you get a book, which, again, lots of cool photos. The movies, as far as I know, are all in black and white. I haven't watched any of them yet, but I like samurai movies, and so I imagine I will probably dig this. So, yeah, I kind of want to do a double feature of the original 13 Assassins and the remake, because I have that as well. Oh my goodness. Go in there. I am losing my mind. It's probably because I already talked for an hour. And then I had to redo everything. So isn't that fun? Alright. Next up we got When Titans Ruled the Earth. So this is Clash of the Titans and Wrath of the Titans. These are like the early, like mid-2000s Sam Worthington Clash of the Titans movies, which I enjoyed. I have not seen Wrath of the Titans, but I've seen Clash of the Titans, and I liked that. And I got this on sale for like very, very cheap. So, you know, I figure, I don't know, I liked at least one of the movies. I'm down to get a cool looking box set and support a company that I really enjoy. Seems worth it to me. Maybe one of these days I'll watch Wrath of the Titans. Alright, so next up is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trilogy. So these are like the 80s, 90s TMNT movies. This is the 4K set. I think they also released this on Blu-ray. But yeah, you get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, TMNT 2, Secret of the Ooze, and TMNT 3, where they go back in time to feudal Japan. And you get like a double-sided poster and a cool book full of pictures and art and all kinds of stuff. This set also comes with like trading cards and stuff that are inside the 4K cases. So that's pretty cool too. It's like all the main characters. And I think you also get more posters in there as well, like in the actual movie cases. But I might be wrong on that. You might just get the one. But either way, if you are a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I feel like this is a no-brainer. And you can get the set for very cheap. I think it's like $40 or something right now. So, totally worth it. You got Battles Without Honor and Humanity. So these are like Yakuza crime movies from like the 60s, 70s. You get Battles Without Honor and Humanity, Hiroshima Deathmatch, Proxy War, Police Tactics, and Final Episode. So I've watched this one. I've seen the original. I've not watched any of the sequels yet. But the first one was really cool. It seems like they take place kind of in chronological order. Like, it seems like it starts right after World War II ended and kind of goes up to like modern-ish Japan, or modern Japan at the time, which would be 60s, 70s. So yeah, I don't know. I like crime movies and stuff, so I dig it. This is the Mexico trilogy, so El Mariachi, Desperado, and Once Upon a Time in Mexico. All of these are just fun Robert Rodriguez movies. I don't know. I've seen all of them. I have not seen this set. I own like an old DVD set of these movies. So I actually haven't rewatched them since I got this, but I imagine they probably look a little bit better now, which is fun. So this is actually the newest Arrow release that I have. It showed up today. This is the Clint Eastwood Dollars trilogy. So Fistful of Dollars, For a Few Dollars More, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. This is the 4K set. This is a UK exclusive. So, I mean, obviously, if you have a 4K player, you're good. 4Ks are region-free for the most part. It does suck because the special features are on Blu-rays, so I can't watch any of those until I get a region-free player, but I can at least watch the movies themselves, which is what's important. So, yeah, Fistful of Dollars, For a Few Dollars More, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And you get an additional movie as well. Where are you? Sad Hill Unearthed, which is basically about like fans trying to find like the graveyard from the end of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly and like recreate it. You also get posters for each of the movies, and all of the artwork is reversible, and you get a really nice book full of essays about the movies. So I know Arrow released these individually in like the chunky box sets for each individual movie, and those sold out really quick. So as far as like the contents of like special features and the films and everything, all of that is the exact same between this set and the individual ones. The only thing that's missing is like some essays. I think on the individual releases, each movie had 4 essays, and for this, each movie only has 2. But other than that, everything else is the exact same. So, and it takes up less space on a shelf, and it's cheaper because those are long out of print, and I'm pretty sure they still fetch a pretty good amount of money per movie. Whereas this, you can just buy it in one set for like $60. I believe this is also sold out most places, though. I don't know if it's out of print or if it's just out of stock. That would be something to look into. Also, this is a UK set, as I said, so, you know, you can't just buy it on like Amazon, I don't think. I bought it through eBay, but whatever. All right, so next up, these are the last 4 box sets that I have. And these are Shawscope, volume 1 through 4. And so Shaw Brothers were like a company from the 70s, 60s, 70s that put out like martial arts and horror and wuxia and a bunch of things, right? So these sets are amazing. So not only do you get a really big fun book in each set that tells you like about each movie and like, you know, trivia and all kinds of stuff, but you also get a really nice book that has each like cool art for each movie. So yeah, I'll go over what's in box set 1. I've seen everything in this one. It's a lot of fun. Like, I think there was only maybe one movie that I wasn't like immediately grabbed by, but I still ended up liking it overall. So none of them in here are bad. Mighty Peking Man was kind of cheesy, but whatever. So this comes with King Boxer, which was great. The Boxer from Shantung, 5 Shaolin Masters, Shaolin Temple, The Mighty Peking Man, Challenge of the Masters, Executioners from Shaolin, Chinatown Kid, The 5 Venoms, Crippled Avengers, Heroes of the East, and Dirty Ho. 5 Venoms is great. Crippled Avengers is great. King Boxer is great. Honestly, all of these are really good. Dirty Ho was kind of the only one where it took me a minute to get into it. But like, really cool stuff. Really nice looking sets. Whoa. They like did what they could to restore these as best they could. And yeah, it's just really neat. So then we got Shawscope Volume 2. Same deal. You get a book. You get cool art for the movies. This one has the 36th Chamber of Shaolin, Return to the 36th Chamber, Disciples of the 36th Chamber, Mad Monkey Kung Fu, 5 Super Fighters, Invincible Shaolin, The Kid with the Golden Arm, Magnificent Ruffians, 10 Tigers of Kwantung, My Young Auntie, Mercenaries from Hong Kong, The Boxer's Omen, Martial Arts of Shaolin, and The Barefooted Kid. So most of these are martial arts. Mercenaries from Hong Kong is like an action movie, and Boxer's Omen is like a crazy black magic horror film. Again, super good set, really fun. 36th Chamber of Shaolin is a classic. Then Volume 3. So this is mostly wuxia, which is like sword fighting stuff. So this comes with One-Armed Swordsman, Return of the One-Armed Swordsman, the new One-Armed Swordsman. So you get the One-Armed Swordsman trilogy. And Criterion recently released a movie called The Blade, which is like a remake of One-Armed Swordsman. So if you have this and you have that, you got a bunch of One-Armed Swordsmen. So that's cool. It also has The Lady Hermit, Intimate Confessions of a Chinese Courtesan, The 14 Amazons, The Magic Blade, Clans of Intrigue, Jade Tiger, The Sentimental Swordsman, The Avenging Eagle, Killer Constable, Buddha's Palm, and Bastard Swordsman. Buddha's Palm is like a crazy magic wild movie, so that's cool. And then this is the most recent Shawscope set. This came out in December. And this one's a lot of fun because it's more of their like horror sci-fi stuff. So this is Super Inframan, The Oily Maniac, Battle Wizard, Black Magic Part 2, Hex, Bewitched, Hex versus Witchcraft, Hex After Hex, Bat Without Wings, Bloody Parrot, The Fake Ghost Catchers, Demon of the Loot, Seeding of a Ghost, Portrait in Crystal, and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So, lots of good stuff between these 4 sets. I mean, Shaw Brothers put out a million movies. I'm hoping they keep putting these sets out. I feel like for a while it was like every year, and then it took a couple years, I think, for Volume 4 to come out. But I hope they do a Volume 5, because, yeah, they're really fun. And just a lot of cool stuff that is kind of hard to find. And it's basically the best it's ever looked, which is cool. So, yeah, those are all the box sets for Arrow that I have. Next up will be the chunky single film sets. And then the individual movies, like the Blu-ray cases. But I'm going to wrap it up for this one. I don't know if I'm going to just immediately go into doing video number 2, or if I'll, let this sit for a day or two before the next one. But yeah, that's all my Arrow box sets. I have so many more movies to talk about. So many more. Alrighty, hope you're having a good night. I'll see you in the next one.